The last goal that I had for the year 2020 was to take a woman on a date.
That's good. Yes, you did go on one date.
On one date.
Yes, you did. When was that?
I think that was maybe in August. Oh, yes. So it wasn't August. It was like mid-August.
Yeah.
This girl, I found out mid-date, she had to go back to school in 3 days or something. And I was like, well, what are we doing here, you know? So...
Hey everybody, welcome back to a fresh episode of the No Easy Way Out podcast. My name is Tony, and this is my boy,
Zack.
Welcome, Zack.
What's up, guys?
We are coming to you, as always, from the Armory in beautiful downtown Owasso, home to our company, AZ Business Solutions, where we help grow your brand
From A to Z.
From A to Z. Now, I got to say it, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Zack.
Happy New Year to you too, Tony.
It feels great. 2020 is finally behind us.
Oh, my goodness. It's over.
It feels great to be here and
start.
to be alive. We made it. We survived 2020. We need T-shirts to say 2020 Survivor. Man, 2020 was a ride. It was a ride, man. How was your 2020?
I mean, it was up and down, you know. But the last, you know,
hot and it was cold, and it was out, it was up, it was up and it was down. It was wrong when it was right.
That's right, as the great Catherine Perry once said.
Yes, Catherine. Now, I hope you're listening, Catherine. Now, we're going to remember this year forever. This is something we'll be telling our grandkids about. We're going to be talking about the great toilet paper crisis of 2020 and the, you know, all of the different things that we went through. I don't even want to get into it. I want to move on to 2021. Although 2020 brought some blessings to our company, you know, it was a challenging year for many, and we are happy to be here. Now, on this very day, 1 year ago, so if you're looking at your time hop, I'm sure this podcast popped up on there because you had it marked.
Yes, you did.
But 1 year ago today, on January 1st, 2020, we were just kids back then, Zack. We were bright-eyed. We saw the world ahead of us. We thought the world was our oyster. We were ready to take it.
We were ready to crush 2020. That's what we were ready to do.
That was the name of the podcast. We actually called it Crush 2020. We thought we were going to get the world by the tail, but we ended up eating a steady diet and government cheese and living in a van down by the river. No, it wasn't that bad, but there were times when it felt like that. But, man, we were looking over our goals the other day from 2020, and you can certainly tell these goals were written without any idea of a pending pandemic. Like some of the ideas are just like you wouldn't plan those things if you knew a pandemic was coming.
Right.
But it's good to set goals, and we did hit a few of those goals. And so we're going to go over those with you guys today, as we do, as we do every year. But every year, this is year 3.
This is something we do every year.
This is our New Year's Day tradition, and we're glad you're here with us, all 37 of you. So let's just get right into it, Zack. Let's talk about, we're not going to talk about what happened in 2020 because everybody knows. You were there. We're going to talk about some of the goals that we set. So we'll just kind of go back and forth. I know I had 6 goals in 2020 that I actually listed out on the Crush 2020 podcast that we should have called Get Crushed in 2020. But you also had 6 goals.
I also had 6 goals here in my notes from January 4th, it looks like. That's the last time I accessed it. So
most New Year's resolutions are usually given up on in the first 72 hours, and I like to think we're better than that.
I'd like to think
so. But we hit some of these. Amidst the pandemic, against all odds, we were survivors, we were conquerors, and
let's dive into them.
We're going to dive into them. So I'll give one. We'll see how I did, and then we'll let you go, and we'll just kind of go back and forth here. Okay. So my first goal was some very specific financial goals for myself personally, but more importantly for my company. Now, I don't share those numbers publicly, but I know what they are, and I am happy to say that I, in fact, did crush. Of all the goals that I set, I did crush my 2020 financial goals. It was a great year financially. God was good. We were blessed, and our company has grown by leaps and bounds. So that was one goal that we hit. We're excited about, and we're looking forward to what we got here in 2021. So what was your first goal there, Zack?
My first priority here was to lose 40 pounds by Jesse's wedding.
Which was when?
July 25th. So I mean, I had 7 months to do this one. Definitely didn't lose it. I might have gained some weight.
Did you gain 40?
I might have gained 40. No.
Show the picture from last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I probably gained 40 pounds.
Pull up the picture from.
So I did the opposite of what my goal was. Let's show the picture right now of what I looked like.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness. We looked like we looked 10 years younger. I mean, the pandemic not only made us big, but it aged us.
It's aged us.
Zach, you look like a kid.
We've lived in the White House for the past 4 years.
Yes. We're just like kids. We have been aged. Wow. All right. Well, that's I guess that's behind us.
First one I didn't get. Yeah.
All right. So my second goal was that I was going to take a road trip with my family in the month of August, which, as we know, there's travel bans everywhere. So no road trip happened. We did not take any road trip this year. So
yeah, looking down the list here, the coronavirus, the pandemic, that stopped like a bunch of these. I mean, obviously, like you said, you're not thinking about pandemic in your mind when you're making your goals.
The idea of a travel ban within the United States doesn't even seem like a possible thing.
Right, exactly. So my second one here I got is to make 2 short films by May 1st. I made one that came out, I believe, February, like the first week of February. Didn't make 2.
What was the name of that one?
Operation Sanders.
Gotta plug it. You gotta plug it. No, I was waiting. I was trying to
go watch Operation Sanders.
Yes, it's a good one.
Oh man. So yeah, I didn't get that one. I got 1 out of 2.
But you did make like a full 27-minute documentary. So I mean, I think that should count for
that
something.
wasn't even on here. Yeah, so I did that.
So I mean, that's better than a short film.
That's better,
right?
Yeah.
You made a documentary chronicling
That's true, yeah.
25 years of a ministry at a Manu Baptist church. That's a lot of work. I mean, that was a 1-year project that you
that
landed.
wasn't even on the horizon. I wasn't even thinking about it. Yeah.
So I think that's better than a short film. So
that's a win.
Studio audience, round of applause for Zack there.
Thank you.
All right. So
speaking of studio audience, round of applause for Zack, and maybe we can get into this later in the podcast, Tony. But I think there was some kind of a design competition that happened here at AZ.
Zack's on a hot streak right now.
Your boy's on a hot streak, guys.
Not only did he produce a full documentary, which you can see at our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. You can see it everywhere. It's called Multiply Worship. It's fantastic. It truly is an inspiring story. But Zack also, I mean, he's been creating video magic, but the other day in staff meeting, we had a project for a different client, and we said they want a graphic for their 2021 theme. And so I said, I'm not 100% sure what they want. Here's some elements, but I said, Joey and Maddie, who are designers, and I'm the OG designer, I said, we're going to have a competition. And if anybody, we'll turn in all of our designs to the client. We'll let them pick, not knowing who did which one. And the winner will get lunch from if they beat me, which I thought was impossible. If they beat the master, then I would buy them lunch anywhere they want. And so Zack jumps in. He goes, "Hey, boss, can I get in on that action?" Zack likes lunch. I mean,
I like lunch.
So we submitted our 4 designs today, and just well, this was a couple weeks ago actually, but we submitted the design, and the client called and got us on speakerphone and said the winner is Zack Snyder. Now
he didn't than Zacharias.
He didn't know it was Zack Snyder, but he knew the design was, and so we all kind of ate our humble pie, and Zack. He held me to a delicious lunch, which we haven't quite claimed yet, but that's going to happen. Yet. That's going to happen.
Where the whole thing
originated.
Yeah. Thank you for the great word there.
You're welcome. I'm a wordsmith.
He stole Photoshop off my computer.
I did.
So I haven't had Photoshop in months, and I was just, itching to get back in there.
Jonesing for the Photoshop.
I just wanted to make something, and I loved it, and I'm glad he chose it.
And so
it probably shouldn't be their poster for 2021.
Everybody said it looked like a movie poster,
which is
in Zack's genes. He's a movie man.
It's in my genes.
So now he's going to see his design up, on signs and posters and possibly even billboards for the whole year. So that's going to be cool to see that come to fruition.
I couldn't have imagined that.
Congratulations, Zack. 2020, you just, maybe some of your goals didn't come through, but
up. Yeah, maybe 2020 wasn't a bad year after
new heights. Yeah,
maybe.
All right, my next goal was to go on to a date night twice per month with the wife. And, we started out strong on that one, January, February, March, when we were actually allowed to go to restaurants. And then, of course, March hit and everything closed down. Stay-at-home orders, restaurants closed. Any location you want to go is closed. So we did kind of get away from that. We tried to do some at-home activities, but you got 6 kids there. It's hard to carve out some date time. But, the wife and I definitely got more quality time this year.
That's good.
What you got?
So for my... number 3 here, this is interesting too. this was a point where I was, starting to get a little bit sick and tired of my YouTube channel. It was something that I was realizing that I wasn't really that into anymore. And so I said, if it reaches 60,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I'll be happy with that, And last week it just hit 60,000. So
60,000, man. Can you
what
believe
do you know?
it?
I'm hitting all these goals.
Your boy Zack has 60,000 subscribers, and here he's stuck on this YouTube podcast with 180 subscribers, something like that. So
it's the greatest podcast in the world.
We appreciate it, and there's no easy way out. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, so Zack, sounds like you're killing it so far.
Yeah, I guess I am killing it.
Well,
sure.
I also said to go on a daddy-daughter date with my daughters once a month. Again, COVID kind of hampered that, but we definitely got a lot more quality time this year due to
with the lockdown,
kids being home. So we made that count.
Yeah.
Developed some good memories with the kids there.
I have been very interested in like the real estate market for a while, and so that's something that I've wanted to do, but I haven't really bought, I haven't found the right one yet, and so didn't do that. And that's okay. It's not something that like.
But you did look at a lot of houses, duplexes.
I did look at a lot of houses in like May and June, and I still look at houses, but I haven't found.
Haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Haven't pulled the trigger, but maybe next year.
We're gonna push that one over to 2021.
Maybe next year.
All right. I put here to do something active with my boys once a month, probably basketball. And I will say I was involved in a lot of activity with the boys where I would go and watch them be active, but I personally did not participate in a lot of the active. If you look back again at the video that we showed of Zack and I a year ago, unfortunately, I noticed here, in 2019, I had a goal to lose 50 pounds, and I lost 62. And for whatever reason, I didn't put a goal to lose weight in my 2020 goals, and maybe I should have.
You just thought you were good. You're like,
I thought, hey,
I
I made it. Look, Mom.
Yeah.
And then here I am. I've gained about 35 to 40 pounds of those back.
Solid.
So I should have been more active with the boys, but I just couldn't go to the gym for a while. Then all of a sudden I started eating bad. Next thing you know, here I am. So. I had Taco Bell for lunch today, So
I saw you eating it, yeah.
Starting the year off right.
So was it good or was it a waste of calories?
Absolutely delicious.
Sometimes it's a waste. It's like I shouldn't have eaten that.
2 beef supreme chalupas.
Good.
The taco was upgraded to a taco supreme because that sour cream and tomato just kind of fills it up.
The Doritos Locos Tacos?
No, just
the regular
taco supreme, the hard shell. And then 3 packets of hot sauce on each one.
Yeah, buddy.
Large Mountain Dew.
See, I upgrade the taco
dream.
to not only a Taco Supreme, but a Doritos Locos Taco Supreme.
That's a solid choice.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I can't.
And I do the spicy ranch instead of sour cream, but that's another podcast, guys.
Oh, wow. Spicy ranch.
That's another podcast.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh my gosh,
Spicy ranch.
It tastes like you're eating taco salad.
Oh I don't like too much salad, but
well, I mean,
so now I know that we're starting off the year poorly, but once I get back to work on Monday, then the plan is to start the diet right, the meal prep, the going back to the gym. So here's to that. But in the meantime, lots more treats to come. All right.
So number 5 here, I had my first full feature-length film by Christmas. Christmas has come and gone, and I have not made it yet, but I would say that it's probably a good thing that I haven't made anything yet. I think.
Well, listen, the film studios were shut down this year, so so Penford Studios was
but
no
they
different.
did make Songbird, which you liked, by the way.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I liked it, but I had really high expectations.
So did I, of course.
And then you kind of just killed those expectations. Said you were disappointed.
I probably shouldn't have.
So,
I thought we watched the movie in the same time.
Yeah, it was actually good because then I went into it with low expectations, so it was probably a little better.
So you kind of liked it.
So yeah, I was expecting like a real bomb.
Yeah, it wasn't thrilling at all.
It's kind of like the Titanic. They took a tragedy and made it into a love story, and so
it was a love story. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it was a hope story.
And it was just a lot of sensationalism and a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of what could happen. Of course, if you watched that movie a year ago, you'd be like, this could never happen. You watch it now and you're like, that is happening. So
Right.
Songbird, watch it. It's about
Songbird.
COVID-23, 4 years of pandemic. But it was it was all right. It was all right. It got 14 on Rotten Tomatoes. I probably
it did 14%.
Yeah,
I probably told you it wasn't good.
I probably give it a 70. It
70.
wasn't super great, but I think
I would give like a 30, maybe not a 12 or
yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah,
14.
Yeah.
But what I was saying though is that I feel like I've grown so much this year with cinematography and editing even so.
For sure.
So I think that, if I would have made something this year, it would have been significantly worse than what I, will make now. So
yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad thing that I didn't rush into anything.
Well, we've talked about this on the podcast before. When Zack came to us, like, we weren't even doing video production. Like, it wasn't even a thing. And now, literally, Zack makes videos every single day. I mean, that's his job. Unless sometimes he's like moonlighting as a graphic designer and just schooling us all.
Gotta get in there, get a dog in the fight.
He's just a creative man. So, but his capabilities are growing stronger every day. And then my last thing, this is the one that, here we are. I'm 40 now. I had on there to purchase a home by April 1st. And you may be surprised to know that I'm a 40-year-old man that has never bought a home. And, you can go back and watch Crush 2020 if you want to see why. But this is the year. I am already set. Realtor's going. Mortgage person's going. It will happen regardless of if this pandemic continues or not. We are moving this year. It will happen. But it didn't happen in 2020.
So we have a similar goal then for 2020 when we both should buy a house this year, I would say.
Yeah.
That's something that,
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
I moved that down to 20. So what's your last goal for 2020?
The last goal that I had for the year 2020 was to take a woman on a date.
That's good. Yes. You did go
on one date.
Yes, you did. When was that?
I think that was maybe in August. Oh, yes. So it wasn't August. It was like mid-August.
Yeah.
This girl, I found out mid-date, she had to go back to school in 3 days or something. And I was like, well, what are we doing here, So, it was an interesting date. It didn't
pan out?
No, it didn't pan out, obviously. But,
they say let them go, and if they come back to you, then it was meant to be.
Then it was meant to be.
See if she comes back.
And, no, I'm hoping not. She doesn't come back.
Okay.
Wasn't meant to be.
So, we'll see if that one makes it to the 2021 goals. But okay, so I was like 2, maybe 3 for 6. So that's 50%. Shooting 50.
Yeah.
Not horrible if you're Shaq at the free throw line. But what would you say? Were you 3 for 6, 4 for 6?
I was about 4 for 6.
Oh wow, Zach coming in strong.
Coming in very strong.
So all right, well let's go to 2021. I actually set 10 goals this year.
3 for 6 maybe. I don't want to be wrong.
Okay,
Sorry.
That's all right. We're not going to hold you to it. They might, but I won't.
Yeah.
So now I want to get into 2021. We're excited it's here, and again, Happy New Year. We're excited about the year to come. I think it's very important to set goals every year. Set goals that are tangible, that you can actually physically reach. Like, don't just say, I want to spend more time with my wife. Say, I'm going to go on this many dates with my wife, or I'm going to make more money. Say, I want to make this amount of money, and here's how I'm going to do it. It's good to set tangible goals so that you know if you actually hit them or not. Now, I would highly recommend, unlike what Zach and I did, where we don't visit these goals we set them on January 1st, and then we look back on the 4th.
January 4th, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not best. But again, this year was kind of disrupted. We got focused on other things. And honestly, our company, tripled in size. I mean, we've hired a bunch of new people, and we have a continuous flow of projects like we never have. So we've really been focused on those things. But 2021 is going to bring some good things. I got a good feeling about it.
Man, let's hope so.
Now, granted, I had a good feeling about 2020. So maybe don't take my intuition, but I'm an optimistic guy.
That's good.
Most people call me the eternal optimist, but I think this is going to be a good year, and I'm excited about it. So I'll start with my first one. I decided to set some financial goals again. I know what those are. I beat my 2020 financial goals really by a long shot. And so I've set some pretty lofty financial goals for myself this year. And, I'm hoping to make those and hit those. And I think that there's a clear path to it. So we'll see how it goes this time next year. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right. So we're just, why don't we just, we went back and forth, but I'll just share mine.
Okay.
How many do you have for this year?
I just have 3 so far.
Oh, just 3. Okay.
I can make up some if you want.
Just go ahead and start making some up. It is January 1st, so you probably should start thinking about it now.
Probably should.
I'll go through my 10. Maybe something I say will inspire you to be like, oh, that's a good idea. I should strive for that.
I should do that too.
And, we'll see where we get. So my first one is, again, the financial goal. The second one is, since we didn't get to do it in 2020, I do want to take a road trip with the fam. We like doing these road trips. Now, instead of just going somewhere and sitting for a week, we like to pick a place to go, but then stop at a lot of destinations along the way. So we've done a East Coast West road trip. We've done a Midwest road trip. We've done a Southern road trip. So this year I'd like to maybe do something out West or something, but we will do some sort of a road trip this year with the family. And since, I didn't do this last year, I'm going to lose 50 pounds again. I know I can do it because I've done it. Yep. But I got to get committed. I tell you, I was in a good routine, man. I was gym 3-4 days a week, eating right. I was feeling good. I felt 10 years younger. And, Oh, here we go. So
Here we go.
So I got to do it again, and this is my year, 2021. All right.
All right.
I also want to go on some foreign missions trip. Like I want to go to a foreign country to help with a country with people that need help, I guess, maybe a third world country of some kind. I like to go with my wife. I've actually been on multiple foreign missions trips, but my wife's never been on one. So hopefully we'll be able to travel this year and do that, but I'd really like to go on a missions trip. Our church has a thing called the Go Project, where they'll actually pay for half of your fare to go on one of these trips. And they're really rewarding to go and help people that are less fortunate than you, as well as really just to see that the world is a much bigger place. The other thing is I'd like to do, and Zack has shared this with me already once in his life, but he'll never share it with me again. And that is I want to win a state championship this year. Our boys basketball team, I think we have the pieces. I now have 2 sons on the team, so I would love to win a championship with them. I won as a player and I've won as a coach, but I'd love to win one with my boys. Yeah. That'll be February 28th. That'll be February 28th. So we're hoping that this is our year. Hopefully the rest of their season doesn't get canceled, but that would be a cool thing for us to do. Again, I'm going to push the daddy-daughter dates. We're going to do that once a month. I am going to purchase a home. That's going to happen. And then I want to hire 5 new people at least here at AZ in 2021. But primarily I want to hire a full-time salesperson. So if that's you, give me a call. Hit me up on that Twitter. And then I also want to hire an integrator, which is really somebody that would take my wild and crazy ideas and kind of determine whether or not they're viable or realistic, and then help me kind of make those things a reality. We have some big plans for AZ in 2021, so we're going to need those staff positions. And then I want to expand our space. I want to get a much bigger space for our creatives to stretch out and have some things to inspire them to work on their many projects. And we want that space to have some fun things in it, like a game room and different things. So we're working on that. And then lastly is I want us to be able to move in to a permanent podcast studio. We have here, we're just meeting in one of the conference rooms here in the building that we're in, which is nice that we have these, but every time we do a podcast, we got to set up all the equipment, tear it down. Yep. It's literally like a 2-hour process just to do it, not to mention all the editing and different things that go along with it. So having a full-time studio, so we are actually working on a project right now to here in Owasso build a podcast studio along with a recording studio, where if you're a musician and you want to record some music, come to AZ, we'll produce that for you, or you can rent a space and produce it yourself. And then if you want to produce a podcast of your own, or some sort of a YouTube channel, and you need a place to film that or capture audio, you'll be able to rent that space by the hour. So it'll be something that our community gets to use as well. And then we will provide training on how to do it. And we also will offer the service of fully producing it for you. If you're not sure, you just have great content, you want someone to produce it, AZ Business Solutions is here for you. So we're hoping to move into that in 2021. So a lot of big things coming up. I think this is the year we're going to go 100%, baby. 10 for 10.
Be our year.
10 for 10.
Yeah. All right. So you want to hear what I got over here, Tony?
I think so. Did anything I say inspire you?
Yes.
Oh, I did.
Yes,
Good.
yes.
I'm glad to hear that.
The first thing that I need to do this year is make a movie. Particularly this movie that I'm actually working on right now. I have the outline almost done, and so I've been writing it over Christmas break, this screenplay, and so I'm really excited to make that and to share, the idea with a lot of people and see who all we can get on board. So that's really exciting. That's something that
Do you have a name for this movie?
It's so weird. Like every time I start to write a screenplay, whether it's it's good or not, I'm going to use it. I never have a title. No. Never have a title in mind. Like I have a lot of ideas, even a main character, but
who's going to play me?
Just assumes I'm writing about him.
Vince Vaughn, right?
Vince Vaughn.
You call Vince?
Vince Vaughn, yep.
All right. I'm looking forward to that. Well, anything we can do to help,
of course,
we're on board.
So I'm going to be spending a lot of time also over the Christmas break with Silv's Fitness, which
Yeah.
He's a stickler, man. He eats, oatmeal and egg whites, and
he's dedicated.
He lives like he's in the military. Yeah.
And he's definitely got the revenge bod going.
He got the revenge bod.
No, he is very fit, and he is sticking to it. I mean, he eats like the same few things every day, but he is in very good shape.
So I feel like if I spend a little time with him over the break, then maybe I'll
You spend a lot of time with him
live
over the break?
like him,
Yeah.
And then the last thing, that I need to do again is go on another date. We have one
Just
date
one
a
more?
year.
Just one.
That's how it goes. And we'll see if this, if Miss 2021 is the one. We'll find out.
Well, Miss 2021, there's no pressure, but
No pressure, but
you're the only date he's going to get this
You're
year.
the
So you
only
better make
date.
it count. You better make it count. If you want date number 2,
I only have time for
you're going to
one
have to
date
bring your A
every year.
game. And listen, let me just tell you, if you are got plans to move to a different state to go back to school, don't call my boy Zack, all right? We want long-term commitments here, all right? This is one girl a year.
Right.
So, this is
You get one shot.
that's it. Yeah. He don't want no scrub. so
I don't want no scrubs.
Yes.
No, so, the girl, she actually wasn't the one at fault here. She thought I knew.
Oh.
The person who set us up was none other than our gift card winner from last week, Abby Bronkham.
Oh, Abby.
She's a great person.
We're taking the gift card back.
No, but thank you, Abby, for all you do.
Yes, thank you, Abby. No more dates. All right.
No more dates.
Stick to nursing and winning gift cards. Those are your gifts. Is that it?
That's all I got.
That's
yeah.
it. All right. Well, listen, tomorrow's January 2nd. If you think of,
If I think of anything else,
some
I'll
more,
let you know.
we can add that to the next
Yeah.
podcast. And we will be starting season 3 here in 2021. We've been debating on whether or not we should wait until the podcast studio is set up, but it's probably going to be a little while. Again, the pandemic has slowed the production of that down. So we're probably going to start season 3 here in the first quarter for sure. We have a bunch of great guests lined up, people that you know and are excited to bring to you. But again, we're just trying to debate on whether that will be. But man, we are excited because we've actually produced, this is our 51st episode.
Wow.
And so,
51.
man, yeah, that's great. That's great. So you'll see season 3 in 2021. Our episodes are 24. Our seasons are 24 episodes long. So, all right, Zach.
right.
Well, listen, this is going to be our year, man. Are we
I'm
excited about it?
I'm very optimistic, yes.
Yeah, this is it. You got anything you want to say to the people to encourage them coming out of 2020, going into 2021? That Bible verse is forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth onto those things which are before. What things do these people need to reach for, Zach?
Always reach for greatness. Never stop where you first ended up. You got to keep pushing and go a little farther.
That's good.
That's good.
That's really
I saw
good.
that on the spot.
That just came out. You should write that down. Of course, we
good.
have it on video,
We have it
so
on
make
video,
sure
so we
that
don't-
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't have to write it.
Yeah, I didn't remember what he said, but that was great on the spot there. But the most important thing is to do and remember what my mother always says, which is you can't and never could until you tried. So go out there in 2021 and try something great, my friends, and don't take the easy way out. We'll see you next time.